Good day, good day. Once again, it is I, the love goddess Yvette Dream Johnson, Miss Atlanta from MissAtlanticDream.com with a story time, ladies and gentlemen, about my woman wellness appointment yesterday. Hold on. So on yesterday, I had my annual / physical of my womanly parts. I had not done it. Usually I do it on my birthday, but I postponed it because y'all know I thought I was doing something fine and 49 for my birthday, right? Right. And I did not do it for my birthday in July. So I took the time to get a referral from my friend because going to my regular physician is not the business. And I don't recommend nobody going to the regular physician for that type of care for our genitalia at all. No, go to a specialist. Yeah. So I hadn't had a specialist in quite some time. Right. And I was feeling some type of way going in, not resistant. You know, I was excited and I got the referral from my girlfriend. Hey, Miss Bernard, how you doing? Thank you for the referral. Her OBGYN, and she sees her and her daughters. So I'm like, okay, so let me go see what they're all about. I wasn't disappointed at all. I'm waiting for my prescription I have like a little eczema going on and on my boob and on my bootay, okay? And she gave me some cream. Hold on, I gotta tell you about the conversation that I started having with her on the table, and I'm gonna try to keep it summarized. Yeah, hold on. So as I shared, I'm going through in the land of 49, perimenopause, I have chronic fatigue, anemia, etc., some things going on with my body that I love so much, right? And so I'm telling her about the womanly concerns that I had that are also causing other things going on in my body, because that's just what happens with us women. It could be one thing and then some other stuff going on in your body. Yeah, like it's crazy. I know, we're awesome, right? So my mom road to pausing, if you will, was totally different than mine. So she really doesn't have a expertise in the matter. And when it comes to certain things, the topics around my yoni, my vagina, my mom is not and never has been a great person to confide in. From the first day that I started my cycle, she told me to go up in her closet and get one. I'm like, what, a shoe? There was no proper instruction about how to put the pad on and all that stuff, or anything to do for the pain or nothing like that. She just assumed that I just came with this manual in the recesses of my brain and I was going to unlock it when I started, having my menses. Anyway, so I started talking about my journey, about my womanly parts, childbirth, things that happened with me and things that I thought that were going on with me. And a lot of that stuff was guilt, societal shame, cultural shame. Okay, about being a woman who is open, who is expressive, who is active in her life in a way. Okay. And my doctor that I went to yesterday for my woman's wellness appointment, she was pretty good and very responsive. And I also told her about how there is racism towards women of color, how we are not taken seriously, how we are pushed to the side, how our care is not top tier or at a priority as other women from different races. And she is not a woman of African or Native American descent. She's not a brown woman at all. However, I gauged her, looked at her like, okay, she don't look like she's one of those, but she is for the sisters. And I'm pretty sure she knows a lot about perimenopause, menopause, and my yummy bits and all the symptoms and things that go along with it. Even being in the horny 40s. She know a little bit of something about that. And I was right. So she was like, let's just do some blood work so we get a baseline. And you did your mammogram. Yep, you did that. Okay, we got your urine. Okay, we did that. Okay, so we're going to do the blood work. I'm going to check your pelvic. And I'm going to, show me what you have concerns about. Because here, me having as many children that I gave birth to, all natural, no C-section, okay? When you age, so I've been told your bladder can become very not so good. I don't want to be walking around here with a pamper, okay? And the only thing I noticed, or the only time I noticed the urgency to go urinate, to go tinkle, is if I had one too many cups of coffee or tea, or if it's some type of stimulants that are like coffee or tea, okay? That make me just go, 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 go. It's not that I can't hold my water, but, you know, I am slightly teeny weeny bit of a Cancerian hypochondriac when it comes to my health and certain things. So, yeah. I addressed the, the bladder, had her check my bladder performance or whatever. And what else did we talk about? We talked about Mama Journal. We talked about her. Of course we did. And so she went in there and did what she did, looked around, because, the fellas, the mate ain't going to be up in there with a, a little scopy scope and seeing and looking at the walls. And that's another thing I want to talk about. Ooh. Do you not know how much shame I used to get and guilt and type of ridicule from certain types of folk about, one, how many kids that I had? And then I told my doctor that. She said, you know what? Probably because they want children, and children are expensive, and you've had 5. So they're probably jealous, envious, or whatever. I don't know, but that's nothing to be ashamed of. How old are your kids? What are they doing? Okay, Mom, you did really good. I mean, really good with your children. Sometimes it was a family member just throwing slick shade. Sometimes it was a dude who liked me throwing slick shade. And because a long time ago, y'all, my fans did not know how many kids I had. I did not disclose that. But as they were aging, getting into the teenage years, I was having issues with my oldest daughter and the home and all that. I was more vocal about things that were going on with her behavior changes, her going through puberty, and just that she was putting me through. I was like, you know what? I have this many, da 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 da. And also, I had a friend of me, who tried to shame me among people in the lifestyle that she and I were associated with, about the fact that I had 5 kids. Okay, and you're a barren bitch. Don't shame my uterus. Don't shame my fertility, ho. Okay, you hear me? So don't do that. But yeah, the doctor, she reassured me that shit does happen, and people are not so kind, and it's jealousy, it's envy, it's whatever, it's them and their emotions. And so it was good to tell her that, and just to say that out loud to a medical professional. And as she was looking at my parts, and also too, I see men all the time on timelines talking about how women's boxes are all messed up and it's this and that, when they don't realize that is a muscle, and it can shrink and it can contract. That's how she's able to give birth to a big old 12-inch head of a baby, or a 7 to 10 pound baby vaginally, because it has muscle, it has stretch in it, sir. And then it can shrink back down, sir. But they're idiots. They don't know anything about anatomy, and they don't know anything about the yummy yoni. They don't know anything about that. But I see it all the time, the shame, the guilt, the ridicule, maybe because the misogyny is like all mixed up in those type of conversations and comments and shade, right? So I told her that, and she's like, no. From what I see, you have no prolapse. You're good. Everything is intact. Because I was like, when you open up your legs, is it going to fall out? All my parts going to fall out. I don't know why I thought that, y'all. I don't know, because I've heard horror stories, maybe. Or because of the shame, perhaps. Scared that my vagina's going to fall out one day, or my bladder's going to fall to the floor. I don't know. But I'm glad I had an opportunity to talk to her about, and then some other things that were concerning me about my yummy bits. And I feel good today. And the conversations with my mom, I think that I'm going to have to educate my mom. And just some things I'm just going to have to be like, you know what? Don't argue. She's like, how old now? Let her say what she say. And just like, okay, Mom. Okay. But I know what I know. Because I'm not going to argue with her to make a point. You know what I'm saying? It's so rough, y'all. It's so rough dealing with a person who you love, but one, they're not affectionate, and then they come with shame. And as a woman, and I have daughters, that don't sit too well a lot. Because every girl wants to go to her mom for things going on with her, yummy bits. I'm so glad that I can be the mom, the confidant to my kids that my mom can't be for me.